Hey guys, welcome to another video. I am very excited because these guys have just come out with a brand new light, the B20 and the B30. So let's check it out. So as you know guys, I love Profoto. I'm an ambassador. I use Profoto all the time for all my photography, whether it's indoor, outdoor, in studio, on location. Profoto is my go-to. And very excited because they just came out with a brand new on-location light, the B20 and the B30. These new lights are going to be replacing the B10X and the B10X Plus. And this is sort of the new generation of lights from Profoto. Here is a B20. They are looking really sleek. I really like this new sort of anti-slip grip here. And everything else looks fairly similar, maybe what you'd be used to if you were using the B10X or the B10X Plus. Everything's pretty simple, user-friendly in terms of menus and usability, so nothing's really changed in that perspective. So let's talk about some of the differences between the B10X and let's say the B20. Couple things, brighter LED light to start with. This is equivalent of a 40-watt nice and bright LED, a little bit brighter than the previous generation. Faster flash duration and recycling time. We're also going to be looking at a user replaceable flash tube. This is something that's Profoto is allowing users to finally get into there on your own, doing something like replacing a tube. However, I'll tell you this, since buying my Profoto lights in 2015, I bought the B1 at the time. When it came out, I've never yet replaced a flash tube on any of my lights. So, it might be a while till you have to do it, but you can now do it on your own without having to send it in to service, which is awesome. A couple new things here, the things you guys have been asking for, which is the sync port right in here. So we've got a USB for any diagnostics and also a sync port. So you guys get to now plug in any kind of trigger that you want, any kind of cables to sync your flashes. So this is kind of backwards compatible. We're all going wireless, obviously. If you want that capability, it is now here. Anti-slip casing, like I mentioned, it does feel a little bit grippier. There's these designed in a really, really cool way. So it's got this sort of really cool pattern here. You can handhold this, your system can handhold it. Apparently the pricing of the new B20 and B30s are gonna be very similar, if not the same as the previous generation of B10X and B10X Plus. So that is good news. If you are just getting into this system, you're gonna be, I guess, happier with pricing that is the same as the previous generation. Without really going over every spec available online, these are going to be the same watt seconds, 500 for the B30 and 250 watt seconds for the B20, similar to B10X Plus and the B10X. So the one thing that's noticeable that's changed right away that you can see when you compare the B10X to the B20, which is a 250 watt second version, which I assume is probably going to be the most common one that's used. That's actually the one that I use most commonly when outdoors or on location. The biggest difference is the size. So if you compare these, if you look at them, there is a bit of a size difference. Now, I love the fact how compact the B10X is. It's literally like a beefier 24-70 lens. I can take the attachment off and it could slide into my bag if I need it. This is going to be similar, but we are talking about a bit of a difference in terms of size. So I wonder if you think this is worth it, right? As in, you're still getting the same watt seconds, you're still getting, fairly similar function, but obviously there are some of the newer benefits, right? Like the sync port. There's also the brighter LED light, grippier grip, and so on. Is that worth sort of the sacrifice of the size difference? And I'd be curious to see. I'm going to try these out on my photo shoots and see how different it is to transport them, put them in bags, fit them in with my gear. So that's something to potentially consider as well. Smaller difference between the B30 and the B10X Plus, but a bit of a bigger difference between these lights. So that's about, I'd say about 2 inches or so difference. And yeah, interesting how they have just kind of grown in size. So just because I have them here, the size comparison between the B10X Plus and the B30 is not as noticeable. It's still there, not as big, but yeah, just so you guys have a visual of what these look like. If you look at the back looks basically identical to what you may be used to. B10X Plus, B30 here. Same applies to the B20 and the B10X. Basically, very minor differences. So I've been given the pre-production models for review. I've tested them out. They are, as you would expect from Profoto, extremely consistent in terms of flash power, flash output, recycling time, and color accuracy from frame to frame. I went and did the H+ option on my Alpha 1 camera and shot it at some ridiculous amount of frames. I think it's 20 or 24, can't remember. And everything is extremely consistent, as you can see in these clips here. So yeah, is it revolutionary? Is it something completely brand new? I think it's kind of hard to revolutionize this type of light. I think I'm loving the improvements. I like the way it looks aesthetically. It functions as a Profoto light would. And yeah, I'm curious to know what you think. I think they're going to be great lights if you're looking for on-location option. This is going to be probably the most popular light. Now, one thing I want to tell you as well, if you are looking for on location and thinking, oh, you always have to run off battery, if you remember, even with the B10X, when we had these lights and we had these batteries, inside here on the battery is where the AC connects. So you can potentially have these in the studio charging as you're shooting and using AC power without worrying about running out of battery. So it is a really nice option for in studio and on location because you get to utilize both of these functions, right? AC power and battery power. So let me know what you think. Love to know your feedback on the B20 and the B30. Also, wanted to give you a little bit of a tidbit. These numbers here, 10, 8, 9, etc. Those are all obviously your power output levels, but just so you know, instead of fractions, Profoto is using full numbers here. So when we go to 10, we're at full power. Now, half power, you may think, well, 5 is half of 10. No. Half power, my friends, is 9. Quarter power is 8. Okay, and it goes on and on and on. So instead of fractions, we're using numbers here, but just so you understand what the numbers mean, 10 is full power, 9 is half power, and so on down the scale we go. So who is this for? I think it's for anybody looking for a portable lighting solution that has reliability, quality, and the name behind it. So the B20 and the B30 are going to be my 2 new favorite on-location lights going forward, I can guarantee it. Let me know what you think of the new lights. Are you excited? Would love to hear your feedback. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Would love your support. Like and comment on the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one.